I wonder who sells these types of music. And how much they make? Of course. Your phone's not registered on a network. Yes, it fucking is. I hate when it does that shit. So, update. What I'm trying to do is contact the freaking old folks home in Clare, which is being a hassle because they're not answering my calls. They won't direct me to the old man. So, like, I could drive up there, but don't even fucking know where it is. Don't know which one he's in. Like, he's only called me twice. I'm just thinking, this elderly place might be a-holes and trying to refrain him from doing things, probably keeping him doped up. Like, how I think of old folks' homes basically at the mental asylum that was in old folks' home and prison. All essentially the same thing in my head. Call it what you may, call it what you want. If you have enough money, of course you can afford. Now I gotta restart my phone because now I can't make calls apparently.
Thank you for calling Metalodge of Clare.
Oh,
If
here we
you know
are.
the extension of the party you are trying to
I
reach, you
don't.
may dial at any time. To speak with the receptionist, press 0.
That doesn't
For
work.
Country Lane Nurses Station, press 1.
I'm thinking I'm
For
gonna have to do
Whispering
one.
Willow, press 2. Metalodge of Clare, this is Audrey. How can I help you?
Hi, my name's Ethan Swarthout. I'm looking for my father, Terry Swarthout.
Okay, just a moment. I think he actually just went down to therapy if you wanted to call back.
What time would be best?
Probably in like an hour.
All right, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
But
Bye-bye.
they're bullshitting me. Last person I talked to said I'm gonna patch you through, and then the call ended up dropping. She's saying therapy. Like I'm saying they're bullshitting. Like you would assume that they're telling the truth. You're assuming that's gonna be the case, but I don't think that's the case. But I have one more call to make. I will call back in an hour, and I will have it on video where they're gonna probably bullshit me yet again. But it is 10:31. I'll be back at 11:31 to prove to y'all this shit's not fucking easy, and I'm absolutely irritated and annoyed because it's all we're essentially doing is every individual is doing a job, and some of us make each other's jobs hard. Like I'm just trying to get shit around because he needs his wallet. He needs some things that we're trying to talk about, blah this, blah that, but finances. We don't really make much money, so it's just like, I feel as if the disparity in money is why the treatment's so shitty. On top of the fact, like the last name holds no power. We're a family. It's bed bugs, and the way I think about the family bed bugs, essentially like special needs kids out in public, they're gonna treat you well. In private, you better have a good aid because you're gonna get fucked. But now the local hospital, because they still have all my shit, or at least my important shit. I just really need the. What's the security number? So I need the security section. Is it on that road? I don't think so. I guess it is then. Yeah, I've gotten the calls from there.
Thank you for calling Mid-Michigan Medical Center. All operators are currently assisting other callers.
They always are.
If this is a medical emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Thank you for waiting. Contact your local urgent care. Thank you for your support in our efforts to protect our patients, staff, and community. Please stay on the line and a representative will be with you shortly. Getting involved in your local communities can make a difference in someone's life while meeting new people.
Just
At My
personally get
Michigan
involved in
Health,
people's
we have
lives.
multiple opportunities for you to get involved through volunteering while giving back and making a difference. Invest in the lives of others and your community by volunteering at a My Michigan Health location nearest you. Learn more at mymichigan.org.
Thank you for calling My Michigan Health. Please note this call is recorded for quality assurance. This is Jan. How may I direct your call?
Hi, I was trying to get to the security department about my lost items.
Okay, moment.
Technology to Security Seven.
Hi, my name's Ethan Swartha. I was wondering how the investigation about my lost items are going.
I'm sorry.
Hi, my name is Ethan Swartha, and I lost a couple items there when I was admitted to an inpatient ward about 2.5 weeks ago, maybe going on 3 weeks. And when I came back to pick them up, they were looking for it, and they said they couldn't find it, and they said that they're initially trying to open up an investigation to figure out where my missing things went. And part of the missing things was my wallet that had my driver's license, my debit card, my bridge card, and my credit card.
Okay. I guess I was not aware of.
It's
What floor were you on?
huh?
What floor were you on?
It wasn't a floor. What had happened is I was brought into the emergency unit because I tried to kill myself on the 31st by the police department. And when they had me arraigned and stuff like that, they had me go through some video psychiatrist, and she said either you're going to become an inpatient or we're going to have you court ordered. So I agreed because apparently there's less time voluntarily. So before they had me switch to in the area of Auburn Hills, they had me strip all my clothes because I'm a family that had bed bugs and stuff like that. And they put all my clothes in a bag and said it's going to be in a secure spot. I came out 2 weeks later, maybe 3.5 weeks by now, and they don't have my stuff. And I, since for the fact that I am Haitian American, I have a green card and residency here, but at the same time, it's a little bit harder for me to get things around and just get a new driver's license, all this and all that. So I really need to have that stuff so I can continue trying to live my life. And I went there and they said they're going to open up an investigation. They said they'd call me back, but it's been about 4, if not 5 days. So I figured I'd give them a call because, well, they're a whole entire business corporation. They have many things to worry about. What do they care about a little fish?
So I'm curious. Who did you call or who did you talk to?
When I went in there, it was a Nick, and I don't remember what the other guy's name is. I just remember them taking down my information, or at least asking me questions and seeming like they're taking my information.
Gotcha. So I have I've got an Excel sheet open, and it's got all of our like patient valuables, and whatnot. And I see a log here on 6/1. Does that sound about right?
It would have been, I'm
First.
thinking actually about 6/14 roughly, but it could have been 6/1. It was logged in because I did the 31st, and by the time I got into the hospital, it was probably about the 1st of this month, so it could be the 1st.
Okay. And it looks like jeans, shorts, tennis shoes, bandana, t-shirt, zip-up hoodie. And
That's
belt.
exactly me. That's all my stuff.
Okay. So I've got your name here. What's a good number I can give you a call back at? I'm gonna have someone go check this area where it should be stored at, and I will give you a call back.
All right. My number is 989 708 7818. But I'd also like to let you know they've already checked there, and that's why the whole entire investigation was supposed to be opened up. But it seems like there might be some poor communication going around. So if you guys want to check again, that I guess.
Yeah. I'll send someone to go check. Did you come in like say later at night when you spoke with kidnapping?
No, it was actually, I'd say, 4 or 5 o'clock ish. I literally, when I got discharged from the hospital, I got driven back to Midland. I got to a place that I was able to reside at, got in my car, and literally came up there. And I'd say it was roughly about 4 to 5 o'clock because I was intending on going to the soccer game at 7 o'clock. And it seemed like everything was going good, and I was able to pick up my bike. And I went over to the main hospital portion, walked over to the security section, asked them about my belongings, and they said they're going to go check it. They went to go check, and they seemed to have not found it. For some reason, they found my tag that would have had my stuff on it, but none of my stuff. So we went through the whole entire waiting period. They said that they're going to take down my information and look for it, maybe possibly start an investigation and call me back. Like, I don't know when they're essentially supposed to call me back, but I realize corporations, a lot of people going through miscommunication. If I don't keep up on you guys, I'm just going to fall through the cracks.
No, I absolutely understand that. And with the miscommunication, absolutely. I was not aware of any of this going on. So I'll send someone down there to check right now, and I will give you a call back, hopefully within, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, sir. Thank you for your time and energy, and I hope to hear from you soon. I hope it's good news as well.
I hope it is as well.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi. Bye.
What did I fucking expect? See, the problem with asking for help is help doesn't always seem like help. I'm not lying about any of the things I said. But the biggest problem with a lot of things in life is seems like if I tell you something, and I learned that in the work environment when I was working asphalt and seal coating, like the boss would tell us 2 rubber things go into the machine. He would tell me, and sometimes I'd be the first one, the quickest one in the back of the truck to do it. But if I'm getting sidetracked and he said 2 rubber things in the machine and somebody else had me go on to something else, he's going to get pissed off that 2 things of rubber was not put in the machine. Even though there's 4 of us on the crew, he only told one person. Technically speaking, it's his job to pass on or it's my job to pass on. He doesn't say pass on or not to pass on. But if you want to make things go smoother, what you know in the work environment should be what everybody else knows, unless somebody specifically says, keep it between us, because it allows things to run smoother. Miscommunication happens every single place that I have encountered. It absolutely upsets me and pisses me off, because how are you going to say, well, it's not necessarily good business practice, or how our business is going to be so well-oiled machine if nobody knows what is going on. It's not anything to do with HIPAA violation, I would assume, because that's his department. It's the security. If somebody's stuff is lost, what you should always notify every single shift, as if like a resident has fallen or as if a kid is being temperamental throughout the school day, just warn them, hey, we're currently having an issue with XYZ ABC's values. If you guys could do some looking around, that would be helpful and beneficial. Or, hey, this little man, I know, they're just being, or this little girl, or this little thee and they, they're just being a little bit, I don't know if they're wishy-washy, I don't know if something's wrong going at home, but could you be a little bit more cautious when you're speaking to them? Could you pay attention to them a little bit more? Like, there's just so many ways to make things run smoother, but for the fact that the system works so good because it's broken, wow. I'm smelling a lawsuit if they don't start fixing this shit. And it's nothing against the employees or anything like that. It's just literally the system in play. You're supposed to make sure your workers are doing their jobs good and correct. Like I said, I was entered into an inpatient on the 31st. I didn't want to relinquish my shit. First thing I thought was grab my phone because I don't want them losing, because I've already had issues with them losing something from my old man, but it was nothing too important, so they reimbursed the money and stuff like that. This isn't something that you can just reimburse, for the fact that I have to go through 6 steps before you can take the first step to even get shit. So for me, it should just be as simple as easy. Somebody goes down there, checks it, grabs my shit, and comes back. But I've already went through that on the freaking 14th, if I remember correctly. It's the 20th. I got expedited. No, I got released, discharged, whatever flip word you want to use. On the 14th, I took a bus from where we were to the Pontiac, from Pontiac to Flint, from Flint to Bay City, from Bay City, some family friend of mine picked me up and drove me to her mom's house, which I've been residing in. And like, I don't know, I feel like she doesn't want me around anymore. Like, they're not going to clearly say it, but like, it's not what you say, it's what you don't say that I end up picking up anyways, because vibes don't fucking lie. And I've just been trying to get my stuff situated, because like, I don't want to be a burden or bother people, and people are going to say what they're going to say, but say what you mean what you're saying. Sometimes people lie to preserve the peace or perceive that there is peace. I'm just like, just Slap me with the goddamn truth. If you don't like me, just say, hey, I don't like you. Cool, I won't be around you. Hey, you're being an asshole. Fine, I'll tone it down. Hey, just be upfront with me just because I'm sick and tired of doing all these freaking dances. I've been doing it ever since I was young, and at this point, I don't even know how to dance. But I'm sick of dancing. I just want things to be as simple as, hey, we fucked up. What do you want in return? Or, hey, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm getting out here because if I don't get out here, I'll get out somewhere else, and that might not be as beneficial. But if I didn't record these, would you guys believe it? So I got an hour wait for the old man. It's 10:44 currently speaking. I got 10 to 15 minute wait for my hopeful, yay, we found your stuff, because there's supposed to be an investigation opened up. And the reason why I'm recording it this time is because I didn't record last time, and that's my biggest mistake. So if I call back in a couple of days and they still have no issue, because he's probably gonna say, well, like, I'm not trying to discredit the person. Like, he generally seems like he doesn't know what the hell's going on. It's understandable, miscommunication, like we've been talking about. But if they literally say I'm gonna open up another investigation, I have proof of them saying that this time, it's looking a lot much better for a lawsuit now, isn't it? Because how are you gonna promise me to get my stuff back to me if you're not actually doing anything to help me? It's easy to forget me being a little guy. Like, I'm just one person.
You think I'm crazy because
You should turn my shame, dude. Why are you suicidal? Because you don't know the fucking life I live. You probably killed yourself. You were doing the same shit I had to do every single day. And try to act like, oh no, it's gonna be different, it's gonna be different, it's going to be different. I was literally living repeated insanity. Waking up doing the exact same shit and expecting something differently. Like, aside from working out, like, I got different shit. I got gains. I didn't always have these fucking biceps. I used to think I always did, but no. Body dysmorphia. Like, I've learned at a very early age not to trust my eyes for what I see. I wait a little bit to relook at it to see if it's what I think it is or if it's truly what it is. So now and later, like, I see myself having big arms, but like, I don't know, they might be small. Like, when I was younger, I used to think I always had big arms. So, yeah, and I've seen some photos from when I was younger, like, who the fuck let me flex with those noodles? Like, they weren't noodles, but they're like pudgy. They definitely weren't muscular. Also, what I'm currently doing is waiting for a social worker for Abney and Juan. That's why I'm out here making these calls, because there's bed bugs in there, no bed bugs on me, and I'm trying my best to stay bed bug free. And apparently, the social worker's supposed to be there at 11, so I'm hoping I get the call from the hospital before then, so I can go in there, talk to that, and try to get that figured out. But if not, like, ladies and gentlemen, I am only fucking 25. I don't ever feel like I was a kid, but like, some of the stuff I feel is it's just unnecessarily ridiculous. Oof. But hard work and perseverance, that's for sure. It's always a flex competition, it seems like, in the strength world. Just be happy about other people's gains. I love that. Relax, kid. This is all just a play. And it really is. Thanks for the reminder. Everything in life's just a waiting game. Put me on hold, but they say they'll call me back. But it doesn't ever seem like that. Da, 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 da. Everything in life's just a waiting game. A waiting game. And I'm just waiting for them to stop playing with me. Everything in life's just a waiting game. A waiting game. And I'm just waiting for them to take me seriously. Sick and tired of waiting for them. Bum bum. Girl, you ain't gotta tell me nothing new. I know I know how the system works, but it doesn't mean people are gonna listen to me. Was this a stitch or is this just normal? Yeah, it was a stitch. Maybe if instead of saying like I know as if I'm feeling like I'm being taught some, just say exactly. Or just be agreeable. But if I say that, I'm extreme. But I made a stitch on TikTok as I typically do, leaving the original creator as I typically do, and I'll never not do. But some gal was like, "Our true owners, the mega rich, just want us to be obedient, ignorant workers. It's up to all of us to help dismantle their system and liberate each other." And I'm like, exactly. But if I say that, I'm extreme. She's definitely like. I think about this a lot. I feel as if we all need to come together in groups instead of dividing groups. Like, let the Caucasians speak, but don't let them think of it always. Allow them to be in a multicultural group because when Cauchy speaks, they listen, but when other people speak, shh. So if all you're telling me is I just need a Caucasian voice, that's easy. It's basically like having freaking writers for movies and songs. It's just like, this is the voice that does it. But what really created the things to make it big? And when it comes to music videos, like he's the one that produced it, but produced what? The music video, the sound of this, of that. But who all did the costume exchanges? Who got the people together? Like there's such a huge team built up together, but we only see the star player. So it don't matter who the star player is, just as long as you're working together to make things better for the group. And like I said, use Cocky's voice because they don't listen to anybody else's voices. So Cocky don't think alone. Blackie don't think alone. I want to say Chi Chi don't think alone. That's is it racially insensitive? Maybe if you can't think of what the hell I mean, it's not. I'm just saying the line works perfectly. It's just we don't think about it. Together we stand, divided we fall. That's why they keep us divided all the time. Oh, what did I get in trouble for now? Oh no, it was removed. Never mind. I do so much I don't even know anymore if it's good, bad, this, that. If it goes for your agenda, it might be good. If it doesn't, it might be bad. I'm just like, ugh. Anybody got a spare bullet? Actually, spare bullet, a spare gun, and maybe a spare ditch or construction site. And it's for me, I swear. There's no fixing the place that doesn't want to be fixed. He definitely shoved his penis in everything. Also, for the record, older siblings never meant shit to me. For the fact that of 11, 12, depending on what time of the year it came through, who was in the house, all this, all that, I was not ever the oldest in age wise, but I've always seemed to have been, not always, but as time has progressed, I quickly surpassed the others in psychological advancements of being the oldest, and I'm so aware of the things that are going on. It's just like, it takes too long to explain things to you, so I'm just gonna nod and yep, And then for as many conflicts I've had in verbal altercations over just like the simplest things of how I should feel compared to what the news has said or what is really going on in the world, it's just like I literally argue with people on how I feel, and they're trying to tell me how I should feel as if they are me, as if they've experienced everything that I have. You're only seeing snippets, ladies and gentlemen. You're only seeing the parts that I, and those I don't know preferred pronouns. So you're only showing the parts that I choose to show. You're only seeing the parts that the media ends up capturing. You're only seeing the parts. If you knew from start to end, maybe you would get it. But at the same time, it doesn't matter how I explain it to you, you may never get it. So, save my breath, save my time, save my energy. Just record a YouTube video and let those that want to listen to me. I could argue with you or I could just talk to myself, and it seems a lot less hassles. Like I'll admit, I debate and argue with myself, but I don't ever scream and yell like, "You stupid son of a bitch! This is why you know. This is why this." And it's just like, why? You're gonna have a heart attack. Please, cardiac arrest this. It's what you make it. Which is why I'm glad I have headphones on, and I always have headphones more or less with me, because when I was younger, I just used to do escapism. I don't really know if that's a word, but I'm gonna use it. Escapism, as in I would escape from the places that I felt were too heavy in energy, too loud in noises, and I'd always be more or less that quiet kid in the corner, which is hilarious because out in public I was always that loud kid that never stopped speaking. At the same time, in certain instances, in certain groups, in certain areas, I was also that kid that never really spoke because, well, I'm so used to being told shut the fuck up, that's not interesting, blah this, blah that. And essentially, it's more or less finding your voice and finding the community and learning to listen, but also not to listen, analyze quickly if this is a group and community that you want to be a part of. If you don't want to be a part of it, leave. Unless you're in a mental asylum, prison, jail, or old folks home. That's when freedom isn't freedom. Like, freedom already isn't freedom as it is. Like, freedom comes with a price. But I have the freedom to at least more or less move about this globe compared to the freedom of, oh, I can move all the way around this. I don't know how big the institutions typically are. Like, it's not a big enough place where you can see new things. It's like, yeah, I saw everything from the door. And then the walls are so bland and this, blah, that. It's just like, what is freedom? Which is why I love my mind sometimes, because I can always be as free as I want to be, do whatever the fuck I want to. There's no money up in here. I can just be, and nobody judges me, belittles me, praises me just to dismantle me. Like, I love it. Now stop fucking doing it. Just right here, just like, I don't know, just finish the fucking job. I'm already dead on the inside. Explain. It's the most redundant question I've ever been. Bro, why are women women? So vague. Why are they some sexist remark emotionally? I wouldn't say emotionally unstable, but I would argue if you're gonna say and agree that women are the more emotionally inclined people in the emotionally inclined group, then we can also argue that they're more likely to be emotionally unstable for the fact that they deal with their emotions. But I'd also think that they'd be more emotionally stable because they have to deal with their emotions more, or they get more emotional availability to be able to freely express their emotions. But what do I know? I just pick and choose. What the? What's he? What? That didn't help explain shit though. He just sent me like some anime chick that's wearing like cow outfit. I'm just like, I'm confused. I should probably be focusing on the social worker, but it's not 11 yet. That explains nothing. Just stop thinking with your sexual thoughts. I don't know. I'm at this point in life, I'm pretty sure I've been there since 23 and a half, maybe early, definitely since 24. But I'm at this point where if there was my dream girl naked in front of me and she said one thing stupid, I would just leave. Just fuck. Like, I literally stopped caring about the chick that I used to call wifey to everybody. I shit you not. I used to have a photo of her in my lock screen, like, this is wifey, all this and all that. And she told me something that just kind of like hit me hard because I've always wanted a family. Now I don't really care to have one. But I've always wanted to have family. I always wanted to have my own kids. And she told me one time in a car ride when we were driving around that she like found the perfect person she wanted to have kids with. I'm just like, all right, that's sad. Like, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna talk about like shit. You said what you said. I didn't say what I wanted to say because you said what you said. It's just like saying you could pick whatever the fuck you want, but you only have $100 limit. Well, I was gonna pick. Okay, now I just okay. Gotta make sure it's under $100. Cause like I don't necessarily pay attention to prices because what I like is what I like. If it's expensive, it's expensive. If it's cheap, it's cheap. But at the same time, I just don't care. I just don't care a lot of times. It's just like, I don't know. Prices are made up anyways. Why can't we just go back to a bargaining system or a more fair exchange rate system? One, two, three, four. 4 golf carts, 4 dudes, and 4 different things. My head has too much room for it. No, not enough room. Maybe too much room. I still want to be deported. Fuck this place. Like, I'm just doing all this to try to preserve a peace and keep things all good and casual, but it's not seeming to work. He said like 10 to 15 minutes. It's past 10 minutes. It's 11:11. I got done with the phone call at 10:33. This nigga. News. Guess who won? I'm pretty sure they absolutely lost it. I'm gonna need a lawyer, a lawyer, a lawyer. I'm gonna need a lawyer because somebody lost my shit. It's lovely to find out. Because, yeah, I called him 10:33. It's 11:02. He said 10 to 15 minutes unless I heard him incorrectly. Like, I do got audio now, don't I? But, so let's do the math. Okay. 10:44. Well, 10:43 would have been 10 minutes. 10:54 would have been 20 minutes. And right now it's 11:02. Like, clearly I'm going to get this back up if they ever call me back, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to. So what does this sound like to me? It's just going to... I just want things to... See, now can you guys grasp why I'm so irritated and irritable? But I still try to come off with... And the fucked up part is I give such decent advice, maybe good advice, but if it's unsolicited, just like a dick pic, don't send them. Nobody fucking wants it. And I don't yell and scream because I know what the fuck I am. I know what the fuck I look like. And just because I was entered into a mental ward doesn't mean I'm fucking psychotic. It just means people don't want to deal with me. And because I'm not aggressive enough, they can't throw me into prison. I know how the system works. Just shut the fuck up and don't bitch. And then they'll be like, well, I didn't know they liked it. They didn't bitch. And when they do bitch, it's like, well, they're just bitching. There's no winning. Well, without being extreme. But then there's being extreme. Like, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but if you guys know how to do math as fast as I do, I need more than one, because one looks crazy, like Kanye said. If I am running, yeah, quoting them. If I am running in short shorts, basically, and a shirt down the highway, I look crazy. But if I am running in short shorts with 100 other people behind me, it's a fucking marathon. I'm the one that's bitching. I'm not the only one that's probably had an issue with the fucking hospital, because I've actually read about them having a lawsuit because of medical malpractice. But I'm thinking, this is negligence. I'm not, like, I get it that we had bed bugs, but it does not mean poor treatment of my stuff. I literally can't do much, if anything. So therefore, I should be able to get some sort of settlement. Like, I would love to have $5 million. Probably only get like 3 of it after lawyers and fees and all this and all that, and I'm definitely paying some people off, and I'm fucking leaving the country. And I'm saying paying people off as if I have many debts. Like, yes, I do have some debts, but none of them that's gonna actually stifle the money so bad it's like, oh, I'm poor again. No, I'd actually have enough to just disappear and never say another fucking word. But they want me to play this rat race that doesn't fucking participate well. If you don't bitch, then how are we gonna know? But stop fucking bitching. We don't want to listen. But like I said, I'm gonna go back upstairs because it's 11:05. There's supposed to be a social worker in there. Let's see if they're a little bit more reasonable, a little bit more consciously aware of the things that are going on. If there's gonna be more miscommunication and there's gonna be more running around, because in all honesty, if there were more, never mind. I'm not even gonna say that, but I'll be back for part 2.